From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 1999, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, February 24th, 2016. If it's February, it must be time to head to Orlando. And our man on the scene at Hamcation, Gordon West, WB6NOA.
Wow, what a show. The 70th Orlando Hamcation tied into the 2016 ARRL National Convention in Orlando, Florida. 15,000 hams enjoyed wonderful weather there at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. We started off with the Instructor Academy on Friday morning, and Carol Perry with her Youth Forum, sponsored by the Radio Club of America. Inside at 3 exhibit halls, 140 commercial vendors at Hamcation, 40 forums, VE testing, hourly prizes, I like this, that you could see on a smartphone with the right program. So it was a success. Let me tell you, huge affair, the 70th annual Orlando Hamcation. And this is Gordon West, WB6NOA for Newsline.
Of course, Gordon had lots more to say, and you can hear it all on this week's Newsline report. Amateur radio mourns another silent key.
The amateur radio community is mourning the death of David Lefevre, W7GOX of Los Lunas, New Mexico, who was a member of the Hurricane Watch Net for more than 20 years and who served as its net manager between 2006 and 2009. He had also served as a net controller for the Maritime Mobile Service Network. In 2013, he was given the status of Receiving Manager Emeritus for the Hurricane Watch Net. The net manager, Bobby Graves, KB5HAV, credited him for his effective leadership on the air. He said, "Dave was one of the few I've met who had a very calming and reassuring voice during any emergency situation." The former Navy fighter pilot was 82 at the time he became a silent key on February 8th.
Jim Dameron, N8TMW, reporting. The only thing real about the earthquake in Utah earlier this month was the response it got from hams and other emergency team members, but that's what made the mock drill such a success, as we hear from Amateur Radio Newsline's Bobby Best, WX4ALA.
It was a mock 3-day drill called Operation Seismos that was designed to test emergency response. As various responders turned up, so too did some 160 members of the Rainbow Canyons Amateur Radio Club, ready to relay messages from the scene of the fictional disaster. Don Blanchard, WA7GTU of the Rainbow Canyons Amateur Radio Club, said the club's teams gave damage assessments from various simulated problem sites, reporting some of their findings by voice, others by digital mode, entering the details directly into the necessary government forms by email. Emergency Management Coordinator John Hiley called the hams use of digital communications via email groundbreaking. He told the St. George, Utah News, "We are doing things not done elsewhere in the world as far as communications with our ham radio operators. We are not just practicing voice communication, but they are using digital communications." He said this was the first time the technique was used in an emergency simulation setting, but it won't be the last. Another drill is set for March. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Bobby Best, WX4ALA.
And finally, next week, Newsline will release its 2000th report. We'll have a look back at how it all started, and you'll hear a voice familiar to longtime Ham Nation viewers, that of Robert Sudock, WB6FDF. Robert was the original reporter on the Ham Nation headlines, and he goes way back to before there was a Newsline. It'll be a special report for all of us, and we hope you'll listen in. But that's next week. And for now, that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for over 37 years and counting at www.arnewsline.org. With Gordon West, WB6NOA, Jim Dameron, N8TMW, Bobby Best, WX4ALA, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.